SLS facing challenges. NASA just announced this regarding SpaceX's Starship. NASA's Space Launch System, SLS, has long been positioned as the backbone of the Artemis program, which aims to establish a sustainable human presence on the Moon and set the stage for human exploration of Mars. Since its inception over a decade ago, the SLS has been central to NASA's lunar exploration roadmap. However, despite its advanced capabilities, the SLS has faced significant challenges, including escalating costs, technical delays, and an evolving competitive landscape. SpaceX's Starship, designed to be a fully reusable heavy-lift vehicle, has rapidly advanced through development, attracting NASA's attention as a potential complement, or even alternative, to the SLS for certain missions. In a recent announcement, NASA highlighted an increased interest in Starship, underscoring a growing willingness to incorporate commercial technology into its mission plans. This announcement reflects NASA's need to balance its deep space exploration goals with financial sustainability, and it has fueled discussions around the future roles of SLS and Starship. The SLS, capabilities and strategic importance. The Space Launch System, SLS, is the most powerful rocket NASA has ever developed, built to carry astronauts and cargo beyond low Earth orbit, LEO. It can transport the Orion spacecraft, along with essential mission components, to lunar orbit. The SLS's impressive power comes from its expendable design and a powerful core stage that produces about 8.8 million pounds of thrust, 15% more than the Saturn V rocket used in the Apollo missions. The SLS has multiple configurations in development, with the Block 1 variant designed to deliver 27 tons to the Moon and later versions aiming to lift even heavier payloads. However, as the Artemis program progresses, the long timeline and costs associated with SLS launches have come under scrutiny. The project's cost has exceeded initial estimates significantly, reaching around $23 billion as of 2023. Each SLS launch could cost NASA more than $2 billion, raising questions about its financial sustainability, especially with reusable commercial alternatives emerging. SpaceX's Starship, a transformational alternative? Enter SpaceX's Starship, a fully reusable rocket designed to take humans to Mars and back at a fraction of the SLS's cost. Starship consists of two stages, a Super Heavy booster and the Starship spacecraft, both of which are intended to be rapidly reusable. SpaceX has made significant strides in Starship's development, conducting several high-altitude test flights and preparing for orbital tests. If successful, Starship could revolutionize space travel by lowering costs and increasing launch frequency, enabling a sustained human presence in space. One of Starship's most appealing features is its ability to carry heavy payloads at a far lower cost than SLS. While SLS requires complex, time-consuming processing for each launch and is a single-use system, Starship's reusability has the potential to significantly reduce launch costs and simplify mission logistics. This capability has already drawn NASA's interest, and Starship has been selected as the lunar lander for the Artemis 3 mission, which aims to return astronauts to the lunar surface as early as 2025. Recent announcements. NASA's shift towards commercial integration. NASA's latest announcement suggests that the agency is seriously considering Starship as a key element of its Artemis program, in addition to the SLS. NASA Administrator Bill Nelson recently indicated that while SLS will play a vital role in the early Artemis missions, the agency is increasingly open to leveraging commercial capabilities to enhance its long-term mission objectives. This shift is in part motivated by budget constraints and the desire to increase launch flexibility, as well as Starship's rapid development and testing successes. NASA's partnership with SpaceX for lunar landing services on Artemis 3 marks a significant step in the agency's openness to commercial collaboration. The announcement goes further, suggesting that NASA might use Starship for cargo delivery, additional lunar landings, or even as a Mars transport vehicle, supplementing or, in some cases, replacing the SLS for specific mission requirements. SLS and Starship, complementary or competitive? As NASA looks to the future, one key question is whether the SLS and Starship will function as complementary assets or compete for similar roles in deep space exploration. For now, NASA has stated that SLS remains essential for the Artemis program, particularly for the early missions that establish a lunar base and support the Artemis Gateway. However, given the high costs and the limited number of SLS missions planned annually, there is a practical incentive to rely on a reusable alternative like Starship for recurring launches. By integrating Starship, NASA could benefit from its rapid reusability and cost-effectiveness, allowing the agency to allocate resources toward other mission-critical needs, such as long-term habitat construction on the Moon or Mars mission planning. In this scenario, SLS could maintain a role in the Artemis program while Starship provides cost-effective logistics and support. Challenges facing both SLS and Starship. While SLS has faced notable cost overruns and schedule delays, Starship is not without its challenges. The vehicle has yet to achieve orbital flight and requires rigorous testing to ensure that it can meet NASA's stringent requirements for crewed missions. The regulatory process has also been a hurdle. SpaceX has encountered delays in securing the necessary approvals for orbital launches from its Texas site, which could impact the timeline for Starship's integration into the Artemis program. Despite these challenges, NASA's increased openness to Starship indicates confidence in SpaceX's ability to address them. Furthermore, NASA has provided SpaceX with funding and support through the Human Landing System (HLS) contract, suggesting a strong commitment to facilitating Starship's development. If SpaceX can achieve rapid reusability and operational readiness, Starship's potential to reduce costs and increase mission frequency will become increasingly compelling. Long-term implications for deep space exploration. NASA's announcement has implications not just for the Artemis program, but for the broader goals of human space exploration. With both SLS and Starship, NASA could undertake more ambitious missions than previously thought possible. Starship's reusability could make lunar missions more affordable and sustainable, enabling a continuous human presence on the Moon and serving as a testbed for future Mars expeditions. This public-private collaboration also establishes a model for future deep space exploration, where NASA could focus on mission planning and scientific objectives while relying on commercial partners for launch capabilities. If successful, this approach could accelerate the timeline for human Mars exploration and support a broader range of scientific missions in the outer solar system. NASA's willingness to collaborate with SpaceX on deep space transportation highlights the agency's commitment to balancing traditional government-led missions with commercial innovation. Conclusion. A new era of collaboration and innovation. NASA's recent announcement underscores a transformative period in space exploration, where government and private industry work side by side to achieve shared goals. While the SLS remains a powerful tool in NASA's arsenal, Starship's rapid development and potential for cost savings are driving NASA to rethink its mission strategy. In embracing Starship, NASA can increase its launch cadence, reduce costs, and open the door to a sustainable presence on the Moon and beyond. With both SLS and Starship, NASA is equipped to pursue its vision of space exploration in a new way. One where the line between government and private enterprise continues to blur, paving the way for an era of exploration marked by unprecedented collaboration, innovation, and discovery.